Amazed because how inconsistent decisions can be. In the first half, there are 2 incidents, nothing happens. And then in a non-critical area, the ball hits Declan heel. He turns around, he doesn't see the play coming, he touches the ball. By law, he can make that call. But by law, then he needs to make the next call, which is red card. So we play 10 against 10. So this will amaze me. It's at this level, it's honestly amazing.
Game had a little bit of everything. How satisfied are you as a team to come away with a point from the Emirates?
So. Yeah, from obviously being in a difficult position, I've got to look at myself on the first goal, and we bounced back from that, and then the 10 men makes a difference for us. But in the end, we didn't create enough chances when they went down to 10, and yeah, in the end, it's a good point. Emirates is a tough place to come, so yeah.
Imagine you're disappointed in the role you played with the goal that Arsenal scored in that first half. Is that something that then plays on your mind for the rest of the game?
No, maybe when I was younger, but now you make mistakes in football, and everyone makes them, and it's how you react to the mistakes, and you just got to try and forget about it. And yeah, but it was nice to set one up in the other end, so yeah, at least I bounced back a little bit. Yeah,
you made up for it with that brilliant ball up to Minter. That must have been a good feeling.
Yeah, the way we want to play is quite forward and vertical now, and yeah, we got quick forwards that we can make passes to, so yeah, it was nice for one to come off.
We saw in the game at home last week that the manager brought more attackers on, and you managed to get that stoppage time winner last week. Similar again here today. It almost seemed like he wasn't satisfied just to come away with a point.
Yes, when they go down 10 men, but we didn't create enough chances when they went down to 10 men, and we probably tried the difficult thing too many times, and we didn't get wide areas and get the overloads, and yeah, but we go away now and look at it.
Well, you go into this first international break unbeaten still as a team. Has this start to the season gone better than you've expected under the new manager?
Maybe, but yeah, we always believe we can win any game of football. We've got ourselves in a real good position, made some good signings. Yeah, we're in a good place at the moment, and yeah, we go into every game trying to win, so and we know we can beat everyone.
Appreciate your time, thank you.
Cheers, Jules, thank you. Cheers.
In the end, almost your overriding sense is one of relief of getting a point at the end.
Yeah, you have to feel that because, like I say, it's going to be a long season. There's games I thought that we played last season and before where, you know, Arsenal should have recognised at a stage, right, you know what, OK, it's not going for us, let's just make sure we get what we get in and not lose this game. We lost games like that before at Arsenal, so I think you've got to take the point. I still do believe that, you know, Declan will probably look at the two yellows and be a bit disappointed, but at the same time, you know, when you look at the referee and some of the decisions he made, you know what I mean? I think this referee's got main character energy anyway. But at the same time, you know, when people are kicking the ball away in the first half and you're not booking, and, you know, then you kind of do feel a little bit aggrieved by that.
Consistency, I think that's all Wright is alluding to there, is that if you are going to send Declan Rice off, and Declan Rice will look back at that and go, I've made a mistake here, although Veltman wasn't playing the ball. But if you see these instances in the first half and you do nothing about it, then you're going to expect criticism, because all people want with VAR, there's no issue with VAR, it's just consistency across the board. So not one decision is different to another decision if they're both kicking the ball away. And I think that's where the Arsenal fans certainly today are getting angry, because they're like, well, hold on, we've seen that first half, but then you couldn't wait to get the second yellow out for Declan.
But saying that with the Arsenal fans as well, I think you can hear in the stadium there's a little bit of impatience in respect of attacking them. You've got to recognise, like I say, sometime in the game where you think we've got to get a point. We've got to make sure we get a point.
Keep hold of what you've got.
Absolutely. They made some very good substitutions in Enciso, Adringa coming on, very dangerous players. Pedro already on there, causing problems. So you want to make sure you don't lose the game. And that is why I thought in the end the point is a very, very good point. You have to take it.
There's no doubt that red card for Declan Rice turned the game on its head. 7 minutes later, Brighton fully capitalised.
Yeah, and again, Lewis Dunk, really good play. I mean, no pressure on the ball, so he should drop. But it's a really good run from Minter, good pace. I mean, to be fair, Gabriel could have brought him down there and there could have been even more trouble. But it was a really good pass. But again, they don't drop because there's no pressure on the ball, and Arsenal just don't drop. And the gap between the two centre halves is way too wide. I mean, and he manages to play it in behind both of them. They almost cross over. But again, it's a really good run from Minter, good penetration through the middle, and João Pedro doing what all good centre forwards should do.
But the thing is, you look at that as well, and when you look at that in the play from there, you look at Thomas Partey, he's literally run past him.
Yeah.
Right, so Thomas Partey also has to recognise that in that instant, he has to go all the way with Pedro. At least make a challenge with him. Pedro just blasts past him and he's kind of jogging back. Those are the things that when you look back at that, you'll say, well, that could have been avoided. Maybe you could have put more pressure on Lewis Dunk. You know, he's got the capability. put more pressure on that, cut that angle off for him, and I think Partey's got to cover Pedro.
Welcome back. So the battle between the two unbeaten sides so far at half-time sees that Arsenal with a 1-0 advantage over Brighton, and Arsenal punishing Brighton with a mistake at the back really clinically. Yes,
they did, but they've the way they've started, the closing down energy of Arsenal has been very good. I think Odegaard's been a little bit off with his play at the minute, but like in respect to what Arsenal are doing, yeah, it's exactly what I thought they'd do. They put them under pressure. That high line obviously has caused them a problem, but yeah, I was hoping that Arsenal would score because they do need to score in those moments, and I thought it was taking too long, especially with a couple of chances missed out.
Interestingly, Kai Havertz's 31st goal in the Premier League, but his first from outside the box.
Wow, I mean, incredible. I mean, he showed composure there, because that's one thing you'd have to say that he probably lacked when he first came. But I don't know if he lacked it or it was confidence when he first got to Arsenal because of what happened at Chelsea. But since he's obviously understood and realised that he is one of Mikel Arteta's main men and how much he trusts him, every single time he gets into these positions, because that's right, he said there, great play from Saka. There's a number of options here. Go round him, do you know what I mean? Go through his legs, go over the top of him.
You're right, D.
It's all confidence, but I think he's been really good this first half.
Should dunk be done by one of the smallest players on the pitch?
No way. We're talking about an England international, very experienced player. That ball's in the air for a long time. He's just got to go and head that.
Yeah.
Clean everything out, head that. It's poor play from him.
Do you know what? I thought there was a lack of communications, but I do think, as Wright said there, when you're Lewis Dunk, that experience, you're an international, just go and deal with the situation.
No, look, it's fair to say everybody knows you're welcome an Arsenal win, but you've been frustrated by the way Brighton have gone about defending with that high line, but also the way their forwards have operated.
Well, when you look at where the ball is now, you've got no Brighton player within, 5 yards of him. Look how much time and space he's got. Look at that. And look at where the line is. Saka could get in. Havertz can get in. Trossard could get in. This is... I can't understand how Arsenal are not just knocking it over there all the time.
I do wonder as well, Martinelli, one of his strengths are running in behind. Yeah. But I think, surely, even as a team, at Brighton, it's almost like when you do the coaching, if there's no pressure on the ball, everyone drops 10 yards, 20 yards, so that space can't go in behind. Yeah. So if anything, Arsenal have almost let Brighton off the hook by not playing more of those balls, because I'm sure Martinelli's strengths, and I'm sure we'll see him in the second half, one of his strengths, and Sterling further down the line. If teams continue to play that high line, we'll see Arsenal more and more just clipping it over the top, and it's not even a difficult pass.
One feature behind Arsenal's strong first 15 minutes was the way they found so much joy down the right, and Saka in particular.
I was amazed, because how inconsistent decisions can be. In the first half, there are 2 incidents, nothing happens, and then in a no-critical area, the ball hits Declan Hill. He turns around, he doesn't see the play coming, he touches the ball. By law, he can make that call, but by law then he needs to make the next call, which is red card. So we play 10 against 10. So this is what amazed me. It's at this level, it's honestly amazing. Yeah. Obviously, we had a reaction that it was back to goal. It's not in the middle of the part that they're trying to counter or anything. Anyway, I repeat myself. By law, you want to do it. You didn't do it in the first half. Do it. But then you have to play